So here we are. For those of you that have been following progress of this, this is the beginning of getting a CNC board based robot arm working with RViz2. This is the CNC board. It's literally come from a CNC machine in my garage. It's a woodpecker CNC running a fairly old version of GRBL, but it works perfectly well for what we're doing. We've got the motor controllers here, so this is the X-axis, the Y-axis and the Z-axis. At the moment I've only got the X plugged in because that's going to control the base. Y will then control the shoulder, Z will control the arm, and then I'll have another method to control the effector on the end of the arm. The base itself is just 3D printed, very simple, NEMA 17 stepper motor plugged into it, 12-volt power supply, that runs into the laptop on my desk. With RViz2, there's all kinds of code. You can see it in the Git repository that I will link to in the description. But if I run the Docker container for the real robot, you can see it running the Qualcomm build and then all of the setup steps. And we end up in RViz with our model, which is great. So this is pulled directly from the STLs. One thing we do need to do is over here with the motion planning, we need to change the context to the OMPL planning library. But once we've done that, we can go back to the robot, we can click, we can drag the model, and then there's a button in here which is plan and execute. So if I hover over that, pull out, press the button, you should see the model move on the screen and the bit of masking tape rotate on the motor arm. Now, the keen-eyed amongst you will have noticed that the motor on the base continues to move once the base of the arm has stopped. This is purely because I haven't quite got to the point where the Radian output from Moveit2 is compatible with the number of steps, or rather it doesn't calculate the number of steps correctly to turn the spindle on the motor the right direction. So that's another problem to solve. But next up we'll actually be instrumenting all of this with open telemetry and starting to pull metrics from here about how long functions take to run, how they all link together, all of that kind of stuff. Thanks a lot.